Fine, good evening everyone. This is Patricia and I am traveling for history. I am in Burlington, Vermont, and I want to talk about the building you see right there on the corner. Kind of hard to see for me because I am facing the sun. Anyway, this is the St. Paul's Cathedral Episcopal, built in 1973. The original 150-year-old church stood on the corner of Cherry and St. Paul Streets. And you're going to hear me talk about this again because this was a tremendous blight in the early 1970s here in Burlington. But it was destroyed by fire and then it was rebuilt on land cleared for urban renewal in the 1960s. A local architectural firm, Burlington Associates, which also designed the music building on UVM's Redstone campus, won a national design competition for the project. And if I may, I'd like to talk about urban renewal in the 1960s for just a moment or two. You know, there was an area, well, pretty much this area here. Let me just pan and show you. Oops. You see there's a housing for the elderly, maybe adults with disabilities, but definitely the elderly. There is a district courthouse. There's the Department of Labor down there. There's more housing for adults with disabilities than the elderly. You get the idea. This actually had been a section of Little Italy back in the day. And what happened with Little Italy is that all the voters of Burlington, so certainly people in the New North End, the Old North End, the South End, you get the idea, and the folks from Little Italy were allowed to vote on whether or not the entire section of Little Italy should be torn down and urban renewal do its thing. And well, you know, the vote came back that, oh yeah, let's tear down this awful section, awful quote-unquote section. I wasn't living here then, and quite frankly, in the 1960s, I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Anyway, now these folks were offered money for their houses and their businesses, but at the end of the day, they lost their neighborhood. They lost their livelihoods. It was really hard for a lot of them to start over. It's hard for them to find other housing they liked. This was their home. There is an absolutely delightful and interesting video available on this very topic. I know the Fletcher Free Library in Burlington at least had a copy. I presume they still do. I can't recall the name of it. I tried Googling it, couldn't find it. And but you could call and ask at the Fletcher Free Library. Anyway, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you my favorite story from that. I think it's a 20 or 30 minute video. It's not that long. But my favorite story, if you don't want to hear it, just, you know, skip to the end. But my favorite story, a woman whose house was going to be demolished said, absolutely not. You cannot have my home. It's mine. Not happening. Well, she pulled down her blinds, and on that Monday following, the bulldozers came chugging along up to the front door, and we're going to bulldoze the house. But the bulldozer operators just couldn't bear the thought of bulldozing in case she was inside. So all work stopped. Not for very long, though. They discovered she had moved out at least a month before. But she stopped those doggone bulldozers, didn't she, for a little bit. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the St. Paul's Episcopal Church, and I did a little bit. And so thanks so much for coming with me. I'll be offering other bits on this, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know everybody on YouTube likes that stuff. So have a great night. I'll see you soon. Bye.